everyone, welcome to the channel website crafter. My name is Avam Mishra and today we are going to learn about sections, columns and widgets in Elementor. Now we are in the WordPress dashboard. We can start. Elementor doesn't come along with WordPress itself. It instead has its own plugin. So to access your plugins, go on the plugin and install plugins. Now start installing the important Elementor website builder for WordPress. To find it, just type in Elementor in the search bar. When we search for Elementor, the first one will be Elementor WordPress website builder or Elementor website builder. Install it. And activate it. Now if you check in the plugins, you will see that it is over here. We can enable auto updates, that it will enable that it takes updates the moment a new version comes. That is a good way to deal with plugins where you don't want to go all the time and update it when a new version comes out. So now we are ready and set it up. We can wonder place it and or if we want, we can even go in all pages. Okay. For in this instance, we already have a prepared page. We wanna edit it. Or you can press this button to directly get into Elementor. Now we can say edit with Elementor. When we open it, let's close this section. And first step is, now you can already to make a section. You can already see widgets, but you can't drag them anywhere except here. There are two ways to create a section. One is press the plus icon and then pick a formatting like this. If you just want to drag in a widget into here, it's also working. See? Try it with another one. You see it? So, I just want to add one clear blank section. In this section, we have got content width, boxed or full width. When it's set to boxed, you need a widget for this. Then you know what it is. Let's suppose take a text editor and just copy that paragraph multiple times. For instance, 2 times. Now you can see that it is the widget don't overflow the column because the column is boxed under to this width. The default width can be changed using the slider. And when you want it to take the full width of the page, set it to full width. And as you can see, it looks much better. Now, columns gap contains the gap between the columns. No gap, narrow, extended, wide, wider, or custom gap is allowed. You also have a default option that is when you don't want to change it. And it's by default always set to default. Height has default, which is what it gets fitting to the content. So if I put some content which is so big that it makes a stretch, it will stretch up with the content. But next is fit to screen. But both of them work like midnights. So if the content will overflow this, the column would, then the section would catch up to the content. And same goes with midnight. Just here you have a custom height and you can change it using the slider. I just want a min height of VW, that is view height. I mean V8, that is view height. Make it 50. V8. Just go on. We can check the column 37. If I make this box again and put a low column here, and you wanted it to change the vertical position, then this is to your recipe. Wanted to stress from the bottom to top? Top, that means it will stick to the top of the section. Middle, which is the default, that keeps it in the middle of the section. Or if you want, you can even keep it to the bottom of the section. For most people, they'll be comfortable with middle or top, according to what they want. Let's keep it to middle. Next is vertical align. This vertically aligns objects in a column. You can align them vertically to top, middle, bottom, space between, space around, and space even. Overflow is default, by default. But if you want, you can change it to hidden. So something that will overflow the section will not be visible. You get the idea. Now let's see the stress section. This will stretch the section to the full width of the page, just toggling up a toggle. HTML tag relates to some kind of coding, so they are different things. But for people who are not want to learn this thing, they can just set it to default. There is no problem with that. Style. In style, you have plenty of options. First start with background. The background type, when it's set by default, is none. But you can add backgrounds. You've got classic, that is an image or a color. Gradient, that is a gradient, as the name suggests. A video or a slideshow. In classic, you can pick a color such as this. I can't like this nice red, but we can use other color. Change the hue of the color using this other color, and you can change the saturation brightness using this. I like this orange for now, or maybe a nice sun. That works. Now, if we say to us that image ID, you can find all the images we have uploaded. So let's take this nice picture and insert it. Now when you upload it, it may load slowly, but when it will fully load, you will see, wait, what is happening? It's repeating here and there. It's not really looking good. So to fix that, we have some options. First is the position option. Want it to be at the default, the center, which is at the center horizontally with center vertically, that's center. Center left is horizontally left but vertically center, and there is center right, top center, top left, top right, bottom center, bottom left, bottom right. And for people who are interested in putting their own values, they can use custom. X changes the horizontal position, as everyone knows, and Y changes the vertical position. But now I want to keep it to center. Attachment is by default default. But if you want, you can keep it on something called score. And the last one is fixed. Let me tell you what happens. Let's do it by making the minimum height way more than this. Can you see what do you observe when we score? You observe that when we score, this stays fixed. The image doesn't move along with the section. That's why it's called fixed. Let's put it back to default. Fixed is best for parallax effects, which we'll talk about more later. Repeat, you can say if you wanted to repeat. No repeat gives you the option that if you don't want it to repeat. If you want it to repeat, say repeat. That also works with default. Repeat on the X repeats it horizontally, and repeat on the Y repeats it vertically. Wow. I don't want it to repeat at all, so let's keep it to no repeat. Now, size. Size can be changed. Default, auto, that is up to what the browser wants, or Elementor. Cover, that would cover the whole section. Contain, that would be contained by the section. So the width the height one not mean that it would let the width go overriding the section. It's basically thinking of that. And you can even make a custom width. That for most people won't be hard until you are really gonna decide an image without really an image. For me, this works quite well with the tree background. Or if we made it a little loose, it would be a little better. So let's say. Thanks, nice. Now, anyway, we can take a nice global color. Yep. So, next thing I want to tell is a background overlay. But before that, we have to explore gradient. Gradient is a gradation of two colors, and the default works quite well for me, but I feel like I should change it. Wow, that's even better. Wow, I love this. So you can see that we gradient from one color to another color. If I would get the minimum height of this. Now, there are plenty of options. One is the location. The location of each color on the grid. So this now to create some real creativity, try this. Make the second color's location below, and then move where the first color is. Do you see how it overrides? This is a really creative way of styling websites. Try it. Now location of second color also can be changed. Good. We can change it from a linear gradient to a radial gradient, but I am comfortable with linear already. We can change the angle. Yeah, that would be better. 5, 2, 1, 5. Yeah, so there we go. That's a nice diagonal pattern. for video, we've got a video link, and it can also be a link to your video file. So if you uploaded one using any video, then copy the link. There is a link to every photo and video, and then paste it. And your video would be running in the background. That is one thing. Or you can do a YouTube or video if you want. You can have a slideshow of images. So duration, how much it stays for. Let's say we wanted to. Remember, this works on milliseconds. 1,000 milliseconds is a second. So if you do 1,000 in the value over here, every second the image would change. You have some conditions. One is fade, that's the default. Next is slide right. If you want them to slide right, you can also make them slide left. Slide up, slide down. I think I like slide left. It works like the carousel you see. Nice. Transition duration. Let's say also 1 second. Well, this is also going in milliseconds. Background size. You know what it does. It changes the background size. Okay. I think cover works the best for this case. That was working on default. Background position, you know what that. And then an extra bonus option that they have given of a canvas. Many of you have seen canvas on TV as they are zooming in, but you can also make zoom outs. A background mode. Here you have limited options. As you can see, here we have 4 options, and here we've got only 2 options: classic and gradient. We have got an opacity option that was not in the background. So let's run. Wow, it's already taking shape. It's already started. Yeah, and let's just make the opacity of it. Now, let's really see something. Because I want to dive into this special option. CSS filters. What is this? Well, these are something in a coding language called CSS, which had a filter code. Well, you can change the blur options, brightness options, contrast, saturation, hue, drop, shadow options, and really a lot. Really powerful for people who enjoy just playing around. So, Elementor gives us the same controls right here. No blur, you can see a little of the background. Brightness would brighten it up. I don't think I would go for that much bright. A little brighter is good, bright. Yeah. Contrast you can increase for more contrasty look. Saturation. Wow. And you can also change the hue. But it's really powerful. Next thing I wanna tell about is the blend mode. So if I try multiply, it would, if you have worked with Photoshop and Adobe programs or Apple programs like Motion and Final Cut, then you must have heard about blend modes, right? So this exactly how that works. Because of maybe it's not good enough to come back. Yeah, now look normal, and look how it changes the look of to a dusk effect when I do multiply. And the screen it looks like a day. Overlay gives wow. It makes us really take the view. Darken would give kind of good effect on this image. Please imagine. Lighten, it looks a bit unnatural in this image. Color doors like the blackish. What are these? Saturation will make these copies of saturation from these colors. But I don't want to oversaturate them. I don't want them to take the color using the color blend. Oh, not flipping because it doesn't need to take the luminosity vibrity. So for my case, it works well best with underscore. But the colors don't look good enough as it will look better in multiply. Like this. Yeah. Looking perfect. Now on hover, just as you did, you have over here. You've got a hover I didn't tell you about. You can adjust things. Border, use a border to the section. So if I made it solid, I have a solid border. You can change the width. It's to 50. So, why don't we stick with this line? Now, let's start with a dash. Although I want it to turn into a double border. So, wow guys, see that? Isn't that a beautiful effect? Someone would love that. And you didn't write a single line of code to create this amazing, nice effect. I don't want to have a circus clown like something. It looks a little silly. So I would instead use double and yeah, that's this. Now, when you have got border variance, it's quite nice. If I grab 50, yeah, that is nice. Width of the border. If you unlink that, then you have flexibility to reach the limits. True limits. Just any limit. If I made it 0 and 0, then see there is a border on top and bottom like a fancy, but border on the left and right. Isn't that cool? You can do already so much. Satisfied? Then we get it even more satisfied. See this? Yeah. Why isn't it working? Well, because it's so subtle, you can't quite see it. You see over here, a little. I'll make this spider. Wow, that is it. Listen. Next to 150. When type more values using your keyboard, then what your slider would give. Don't forget this. Yeah. Good. But you know what? You really don't need this one. Elementor is to change the background of page. But Elementor offers a feature. We'll talk about page settings later in this video. Now let's jump to shape design. Let's see that type is none. You've got many shape designs. Wow. Look at this. Wow, that would be the bottom. One of the most cinematic pics I have is tilt and tilt in both ways. Wow, see that cinematic. That I'm almost cinematic. You guys, more. Two opacity. This is a more dynamic use of effects. Well, can change the width. Let's make this one smooth apart. Let's make a nice bubble color. That. Now we'll also change its height. This would be better than that. Now you can see very amazing flash of brightness. Then again do that same. Yeah, we can already see both properly. Oh, what is this flip option do? Keep your eyes on the shape. When I press the flip button, so what happened? It flipped over. And it's really nice when you want to make them touch. Can you think so such? Yeah, I want them to overlap. Yeah. Looking cinematic. Aiming too much. We'll bring them to front of all the content we put if we want. And that would be quite nice for some, not good for all kind of us. I mean, I won't put anything on it. Just some mountains on the bottom. And just reduce the height. Get it? That's nice. We can create a so easy. Changing the typography of what things will be there. You can change our text lines. But this is something of an advanced effect. So we are going to discuss this in a minute. Now let's jump to columns. Columns are what contain the video. If you made another duplicate, need a full width, right? Column. Yeah, full width. Now, under here, column width would be 50. Or let's say 25. So the other one adapted to 75. So they depend on it. So you can really get the idea. Now, on a vertical line, maintain the vertical line of our content. Horizontal line, mid-X space. Let's do instead 50. And HTML tag that will talk about where we went. I mean, in the advanced. A little bit. But you have seen that everything is a corner we stay. Except some are missing. But for now I want to cover this section with blue. The blue that did. Need some. Yeah. Now, hey, when you add a background, what happens? A background overlay comes in. See? Move the background, no background. Open background, background overlay. Amazing. Isn't it, guys? No other exciting things over here. But we will be excited. That was all for this video. We learned about sections and columns. It was so cool how much powerful they are. We just started it. We just started this playlist with this video of Elementor basics. Throughout this playlist, we'll be everything about Elementor, not the pro version. You would take that in Elementor Advanced